stands in the centre. We have Ryan Abbott in the ruck for Grovedale versus Andrew Banjanin. Good to see him back at St Mary's full-time this year, and we're just about away, boys. The siren sounds. GJ Gardner-Holmes match of the day. It's taken straight out of the centre there from St Mary's. A good tap straight away. Move forward, and it's Donahue, though, that gets the first clearance for Grovedale. Comes out towards the outer wing, towards the commentary box, and it is Speedy Deans who's going to run onto it. He trips over his own feet, though. Managed to get it to a teammate, and it's well played there by Luke Ford. Ford just chips it forward. Can't find his target. Deans is back onto it. Spins, gets another handball, and gives it to Ford again, who just gets a check side down forward. It was Jimmy Cale for St Mary's that nearly took a nice one-hander there, and the ball's trapped underneath him. And we'll have our first bounce of the afternoon.
Tell you what, I love Dean's work in there early. He was quick diving in on it.
Does not mind putting his head in the trouble.
How was Lukey Ford here? Tightened the boundary on. A nice 1-2. Good work out of there.
Banjanin, again, just goes up by himself there. Flips it down. No one could take possession, though. Comes out now to Jared Garner in the new colours of St Mary's, after playing for Colac last year, of course. Kicks it long. It's Chisholm. Runs onto it. Shows a bit of dash too. Just trickles it further afield. And it's about 70 metres out from St Mary's goal. Ball is out of bounds.
Interesting to see how St Mary's look to combat Jordan Erskine today. While he's kicked 24 for the year, and he'll certainly be the focal point for them today.
Absolutely. Ball's thrown in. No one could get it from the ruckman. It's gone over their heads. It's just kicked forward again by Chisholm. Running onto the footy nicely there is Adam McPhee, playing out of full forward for St Mary's, but he's well tackled. Ryan Abbott just gets a nice little handball out to his teammate, but it's a dangerous kick back into the centre of the ground, and St Mary's look to have the numbers here. Take possession. It's Snowden. He stacks on the mill, though, and it's another bounce. As we're yet to have a score here.
Yet to have a score. Gone a minute 43 in this first time, I must say. St Mary's looking after us with the clock on the scoreboard today. That's what we like. We usually forget that one, so that's very nice work from them as the ruckman do battle again. Banjanin get this tap down, the quick clearing kick out of there. Wasn't bad from Bond. It's gone forward. Flyers will go up at the bottom. Flynn Chisholm got that one out eventually. He gave me trouble last year. He's doing it again. Hands deep in the forward line for St Mary's. Weren't great. Grovedale try to work out of there now, and they should do so. The play getting there in support was Wellington. He's going to run into a bit of trouble. Gets on the boot. Brings it in the centre of the ground. They can try and reload from here. The ball in the hands of Abbott. Goes through the centre. They got runners running onto it. There'll be Donahue. He's got plenty of time to gather it and make sure of it with the foot skills. He does so and finds a target on half forward. Gets the 1-2. He's got it back. He runs to the edge of the square. Feeds it inside the forward 50. The kick wasn't great, and it's cut off by Josh Eddy.
It's a bad miss. There was plenty of time and space to move that footy, and they butchered it as the kick came, and a good clearing kick too it is. O'Donoghue just right in the heart of his own defence. That's Sherman, who dishes with hands as St Mary's look to run and gun it. Runs into trouble. The hands were okay. Comes out towards Welsh. Handball over the top is good, and they'll run it out to this outer side. Oh, wonderful fend off by Eddie. And the long hands in direction of Travellini, but beaten to it was Ford. Wellington with good hands over the top. Ford loved to get it on his skates, but it beats all runners and out of play right in front of the Kicks Country Footy FM box, thanks to DJ Gardner-Holmes.
Yes. The truck with a big guitar on it, we love it.
Cade Wellington in the helmet today, boys. He must have copped a knock over the last couple of weeks. It's the first time I've seen him in that. As the ruckman go up again, it's Abbott coming over the top now. Gets it out towards Danny Stanley, and it's well played then out of the ruck there from McKenzie. Erskine with a little handball off across to Ragza, and he lines up for goal and just misses to his right.
Poor finish, that one.
Probably should
need to be better. No pressure at all. From about 40, you should kick those most days of the week.
Grovedale moved the ball pretty comfortably though then, didn't they?
Yeah, ominous signs that. So St Mary's, they'll bring the ball back into play. The kick to a contest. My pronunciation is poor. It's a bit like Fleckers at Colac, sorry. Ball now on the wing of St Mary's. They try to move it forward. Donahue's there, got it to Ford. Now in the hands there of Wellington. He's tight, he's tackled, he throws it on the boot just to get it moving forward. Good mark at the back there by St Mary's defender. Snowden, that was solid by him. Stops play a little bit and eventually moves the ball into the centre of the ground. It had to be a good kick. It was cut off well by Stanley. Colac, Grovedale have numbers. The Tigers there, I'm getting them confused. And they get the free kick in the middle of the ground. They can work it forward now. Stanley's got it. He tries to take on a couple. He gives the hands off. Now they're away through Costello. Runs to 50. Puts it on the boot. It's not a bad effort. It's bounced on the line. It's sat on its end and was kicked out of midair in the end there by the forward floating there.
Oh, who are we giving that one?
I gave it to Costello. I think it must have been.
Do you reckon it was over the line first?
I reckon it might have been.
So for 40 winks, the Grovedale Tigers have drawn first blood and they lead 1-1-7 to St Mary's yet to score.
That was unreal, wasn't it?
Yeah, just sat up, didn't it? Off the bit sandy up there, maybe.
It's bounced right on the pointy end of the footy and just sat there in the air.
You can see Grovedale looking to move the ball quickly with hands. Well, move the ball very quickly in there, getting through without too much pressure at the moment through St Mary's.
Yeah, they just seem to have an extra number, a nice little bit of overlap there. Banjanin again, though, in the ruck, wins the tap out again. Only as far as a Grovedale player there, Mackenzie, though, but it does flip out to a St Mary's player, and they kick it forward, and it rolls a long way inside 50. Right inside 50 now. It's well picked up on the run by Hebbard. Hebbard just kicks it across, handballs it across to his teammate in Tenace.
Classy finish from Tenace.
And that is a goal.
Outside of the boot on the right.
Well played St Mary's, straight out of the centre there. After Banjanin won the effective tap, Eddie had a part in that as well. And 5 minutes 40 gone on the scoreboard, and they hit straight back for 40 winks, and it's Grovedale 1-1-7. St Mary's 1 straight 6. 1 point in it.
Positive sign that for St Mary's. Bit of quick ball movement. It caught the Grovedale defenders just napping a little bit. They got the front position and were able to work it out there well. I just want to point out too, McPhee's just walked up onto the wing here. He's a solid lad.
He's taller than you think, isn't he?
He's a lot bigger than you think.
Pretty big unit, absolutely.
So the ball goes up, be Abbott and Banjanin again. As he sort of halved that hit out in the end. Plenty of numbers around this footy, and it won't be coming out too quickly, although Bond is trying. But he has no success, and the umpire will give it to me. I'll give it back to him.
I liked AJ Davey there for St Mary's, charging in off the wing there. Plenty of pace and dash crashing into that contest. As the ruckman do battle, Banjanin tried to take it out. He ended up just dropping it on the ground. Players diving in on it. It's a fairly contested footy at the moment. Neither side getting it out of there. The umpire call for it again. We'll have a ball up just forward to centre for St Mary's. We've gone 6.5 minutes in this first term.
Bit of notice for you, Buzz. We'll probably in about 5 minutes' time go around the grounds.
Yep, thank you, Will.
For Gateway Hotel, if that's okay. And it's a free kick out of the ruck contest, and it's going to Abbott. Grovedale's way.
Yes.
Abbott just stops and props, takes his time, spots up a target. He's probably missed him here, and he has, and it's Cale from St Mary's who intercept marks. He's handballed quickly, and he's also missed his target. It was 51 out there who we haven't got on the team sheet there, boys, from Grovedale, I don't think.
Milky's throwing us under the bus earlier.
He has just got it down to Sam Kelly. Sam Kelly, who I saw play reserves football against St Albans, and he looked a class above there, so it's good to see him in, and I believe he's had a pretty good month of footy in Grovedale's senior side as well. But the ball is out of bounds. Half forward for Grovedale. Gadinia Park side. Flipped in. Banjanin and Abbott. I've got a feeling they're going to go at it most of the day, those two.
It's going to be a fascinating contest, that one.
Absolutely. The ball's underfoot, though. It's struggling to get out. Abbott somehow extracts it. He gets it to Costello. Milky always loves calling that one. Costello just rides a couple of tackles, but he's been pinged for holding the ball here. St Mary's will take the free kick down on... Ooh. What's going on here?
Good umpiring. He shouldn't pay 50 for that. There was a little bit of a
flop.
flop.
But just a bit of a talking to was the way to go. Banjanin's got the ball on the wing. He's going to move it on quickly. He's got McPhee leading up and presenting well, taking it on the chest. Quickly swings on the right boot. It's a flow to inside 50. Wasn't great. The Grovedale defenders did all right. They can eventually clear it out of there and take a mark. Centre wing on the outer side. Few through hands. Kick was smothered. That was well done by Josh Eddy. The ball stays in play for now. Banjanin was breathing down on him, was there to lay a tackle. Grovedale, why am I saying that? Buzz, take it away for a minute, please.
I'll just relieve you, Jim, as the ball falls to Sherman. His hands were pretty good. Handball over the top in the direction of Davey. There's a bit of a race on. The hands were, no good. Turnover, Jones with good hands to little wee man. Erskine just went without it. St Mary's under big pressure. They just can't relieve out of their own half. Grubbins will go inside 50. Bodywork was
that's
not good.
No, I'm not sure about that umpire.
Against
Rasgar. He extended the hands on Eddie.
He did. The work was done, though. He didn't need to extend the hands and show the shoving.
That's right. He had the sit, but freaky against any Cale. Looking for Sherman. Diving mark is good. He's played the last 4 weeks in the VFL, just over stone's throw away. Not picked today. As he'll get the ball again. Sorry, Wells, I cut you off. He goes to the wing, and here's McPhee.
Presenting well early. We saw he was named in the back pocket starting up forward today, and he's been good early on. Tenace,
another AFL starlet of years gone by. He's just at the back of his own square. Eddie's seeing a lot of it early. Cale goes in his right foot, cops on after, got rid of it too. Fearless is the umpire. Wellington will have to go and does well. His hands were excellent. Jones will retreat. They look to move it with hands, Grovedale, but they get themselves into trouble somewhat, and they get a relieving kick, and it's good mark running back with the flight.
It was a bit of a rush kick from Donahue, going only as far as Smith. Now St Mary's, they can work the ball forward tight in the boundary line. It's gone out about 50 around from the St Mary's goal in front of the club rooms. We'll have a throw in. 10-minute mark of the first term, thanks to GJ Gardner-Holmes.
Quickly for the Gateway Hotel, Leopold have taken a comfortable lead over Lara early. They've already kicked 3 goals, 1. Lara haven't scored.
Fast start, that is. Grovedale had numbers. Quick kick from St Mary's. Wasn't bad one out of the contest, but it's gone across the face. Now to play. Grovedale will gather the ball and take the free kick. It'll be Harrison.
That was McPhee again for St Mary's, who missed that shot on goal. And
had plenty of it early.
Yeah, he's quite lively, for sure.
Definitely he'll be looking to have an impact, wouldn't he? Especially in a side that has struggled a little bit this year. They need players such as McPhee to stand up.
Spot on. So it's Harrison for Grovedale. Kicks it out from the resulting free kick and finds his teammate down. He's about 30 metres out from the opposition goal. Out of side. Kicks it again. Costello will mark. He's 65 out now from St Mary's goal. Chips again short. It's a nice little build-up here. And that's also marked again from Ash Caldwell. Caldwell just on defensive 50. They're just chipping this ball around, and it's Dylan Williams for Grovedale. Has come transfer play right out to this side, out to Gubbins. Gubbins marks again. He now plays on. Gets the ball moving forward, and the target is missed. It's a poor kick. It's turned over in the centre. St Mary's fumble low, and it was Sherman who did, but just got it across to Tenace, his teammate, who helped out. Tenace just also misses his target, and a scrappy little bit of play here, and the ball is out of bounds right in front of us.
Just a little bit sloppy going forward at the moment, Grovedale. They're missing some easy targets that you expect them to hit, and if they would be hitting them, they'd be away.
So Abbott gets a clear ruck tap out there, but it's only as far as Flynn Chisholm, and Chisholm's wrapped up by who else but Nathan Deans, and we'll have another bounce. Chisholm's made his way around the ground well so far. Yeah. He's been in amongst it quite a lot as Ruckman do battle there. Abbott got down to Deans, out to Wellington. Now they can run it out there, Grovedale. They can try and catch him on the fast break. Getting the ball now there was Erskine. Brings it back into the middle of the ground. They've got targets. Erskine will run on, get the hands. He'll swing onto his right boot from 60. He's looking for a man in the pocket. That's not a bad hit from there, is it? Just a target floating out the back. Grovedale. It was Alice. Yeah, Alice there, Alice. Floating back in the forward line. It was a well-judged kick, wasn't it? And then read brilliantly by Alice back there in the pocket. Really good play from Jordan Erskine. Just wheeled onto the right, didn't he? And he knew exactly where he was going.
Perfectly weighted kick too, wasn't it?
Erskine knew as soon as he passed that ball inboard, followed it up and got the hands. That was really good.
And he got the handball off Zach Smith, who, let me tell you, he's one of the more reptilian people you'd ever meet in your life.
So Alice on the left boot just gives it a little stab, and he's caressed it through. Grovedale got their second. They moved to 2-1, 13. St Mary's 1 straight 6. We've gone 12 minutes 48 in this first quarter, thanks to 40 Winks.
So an interesting start, boys. No one can obviously break away. It's marred by skill errors a little bit, but Grovedale, to me, just look like they're transferring the ball quite well. However, St Mary's have had a couple of clearances that have gone their way and made good play from it.
They're looking to move the ball quickly with hands in traffic, which can get them into trouble. It did on this wing not long ago. As the ball goal to be Abbott, who wins it down comfortably actually in the end. There's plenty of numbers around the footy. The quick kick came out from Stanley inside 50. Well done. In front was Eddie. He's been getting plenty of it so far. Look at the numbers. Attracts the crowd. The umpire will ball it up as the ball spilt free after the whistle. There's a bit of push and shove.
A little bit of feeling. That's what we like to see.
As Razga just went down, but the umpire not getting sucked into that fun and games. The ball will be balled up at 55 out from Grovedale's goal. Zach Smith has given away the free kick against the bigger opponent, Banyan.
Smith's just trying to do a bit too much in the work there, trying to nullify his influence there of Banyan. And as the kick wasn't great, Grovedale had the numbers. At ground level, though, it was spilled, and St Mary's can rebound out of there. A long left foot kick out wide. Found a target well there. Taking the mark was McMahon. Just moved up in the numbers this year. He was down in the high 50s last year. St Mary's have recognised his good quality football. And then the kick wasn't great for him. He gets it back now. He's got some work to do. Gets on the left boot. It's going to be tied along the boundary line. I'll tell you a good spoil there from the Grovedale midfielder there. Cutting it off well. It looks like we'll have a ball up just forward to centre. No, as ball's floated out there somehow in the end, McMahon gathered it again, but the boundary line beats him. Throwing about 70 around from the Grovedale goal. I like the efforts St Mary's is bringing here at the moment.
So while we've got a bit of a break in play, Buzz, first of all, can you say the St Mary's ruckman for me? Because both of you guys cannot pronounce
we
it
can't
for
pronounce
the
it.
life of you. Anyway, Grovedale's got it. It's Mackenzie. Mackenzie rips it out of that pack and drives it forward with a nice kick, but behind there, Erskine, and it's well played by the defence of St Mary's. But it's little Speedy Deans gets it back on Grovedale's terms, and he looking for Razgo, who's going to get a free kick here. Erskine snaps on goal, tries to pay the advantage, but it's going to come back. Razgo is going to be the free kick recipient, and he is about 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle and probably should kick it, boys.
What do we think in that scenario too? Erskine's got the ball as after the free kick was given and had a ping on goal. Obviously, we see at AFL level that's generally advantage play on. The player's taken it. Should that have been the case there, or is he right to bring it back?
Well, it was advantage because he's in space, so it wasn't like he was under pressure. It's a tough one for umpires to call.
It is, and look, he kicked it very quickly. If he had have taken a couple more steps, then kicked it, probably yes, but because he just slammed it on the boot. So Razga lines up, and he makes no mistake. We're right behind that one, and he slots it. That's a beautiful kick. And he was also, last time we commentated on Grovedale, Daniel Razga was excellent in the second half. So for 40 winks, the scoreboard ticks over. Grovedale 3-1-19. They've just opened up a 13-point break on St Mary's. 1 straight 6 halfway through the quarter.
Is it Banjannon? Is that how you'd say it?
One more time, please.
Banjannon.
Pretty good.
Banjannon.
Much better.
Look at that, we're flying.
Why were you saying Banyannon
I
and
don't
stuff
know.
like that?
It's a funny little stumble.
Andrew
it's an interesting
Banjannon.
one. And it's Banjannon in the ruck. Hopefully he gets the tap. No, he doesn't. Abbott got it in the end. No, sorry, it's not Abbott in the ruck this time. But anyway, Grovedale, they've got the ball moving forward. They get a mark on the outer side. They can look to build from here. It's going to be a long, sweeping left foot kick to the hot spot. They're going to get a flyer at the back. Not a bad mark there. That was well done by Erskine. Sorry, I was about to say the wrong name. I'm having a bit of a mare here at the moment. But Erskine, he can line it up from about 45 out. Expect him to go back and slot it, although the banana he shot he had a minute ago was just sprayed across the face, so maybe the drop punt might be his go here. And
O'Donoghue's got the matchup on him, and I'm not sure. They are undersized down there, St Mary's, somewhat. He just doesn't look quite big. Geordie Erskine's a big guy.
Buzz, he had his name written all over that. He, from a long way out.
It's a tough matchup, though. He's a big guy.
Got his body in a good position as he makes his way in now. He'll give it a thumping right boot kick. He's just sat it up there, though. It's going to drift across the face.
It's a criticism I have for Jordan Erskine. He's not the most reliable set shot on goal. I'd like to know his stats for the year so far. But
I'd like to see him
I know in the
kick out of the ball a bit more. He just sort of chipped it a goal, didn't he? If you can have a shot from that distance, just give it a fair old thump and let it go.
He wasn't alone in the GFL Interleague, but he kicked 2-6, I think, on that day. So
no, there was only a few behinds kicked that day.
So Jimmy Cale kicks it out from from fullback and finds Brenton Snowden. Snowden, 60 metres out from Grovedale's goal, drives it forward down the wing. A nice looking kick, but it's well spoilt from behind there from the Grovedale defence, and the ball is run out of bounds, and we'll have a restart in play right on centre wing, Cardinia Park side.
Grovedale need to get a run on if my statement's going to be proven correct. Also back into play. Alice at the front position. Banjannon got the tap at the back, and eventually St Mary's got it moving forward. It's a contest on the half-forward flank for St Mary's there. The ball at ground level. It's not going anywhere too quickly as the rolling maul gathers, and eventually the umpire will call for it and ball it up.
See, St Mary's are at pains to isolate Adam McPhee out in the goal square.
Yep.
At the moment.
Banjannon got the tap towards the boundary line, and then the quick kick going forward was cut off well by Grovedale. And they can rebound from defence. They bring it out wide. They've got runners gathering quickly. They gather it now, and they can try and move it up the ground. St Mary's, though, through AJ Davey. He gets there first, gets their hands out. Now they can try and reload. It's with Etherton, handballed into a dangerous position. Eddie fell over, came back to Davey. He tries to shrug one. He does well. Gets on the right boot. He throws it up towards our forward flank. He needs someone to take a strong mark. The ball hit the deck in the hands now of Williams, and he can swing it back across the goals for Grovedale. They can reload.
Williams kicks through the forward, and Kelly takes a really strong mark. A nice mark moving through the centre of the ground. He goes looking for Erskine, and Erskine's dropped what he should have taken.
Dropped an absolute sitter.
Just clunked it out of the hands. He goes back to Kelly, who also fumbles, and well done, Eddie. Just locks up the footy and refuses to let it go. And that's one thing you know you're going to get out of Josh Eddie, is that he's going to give you his all, and he was absolutely intense there, of course.
A slick ball movement by Grovedale so far. Getting St Mary's to the middle of the ground. The kick was smothered as they try to get it forward. Shoveled over. Here's your man. Wow, little wee man. Boom. Oh, look at that. How's that for a finish? That is smooth by Deans.
He's a beautiful player. Don't worry about that. And he has been pretty effective so far. So he slots his first. And on 40 Winks scoreboard, it's Grovedale 4-1-25, St Mary's 1-0-6, and struggling to come up with the answers at the moment.
Yeah, that was clean by Grovedale even before that stoppage. The way they move the footy without too much pressure, they're slicing St Mary's up.
It's easy to pick up that at the moment, isn't it? Grovedale, they're looking to play that fast attacking style of football, quick hands, move it quickly, a lot of play on. Where St Mary's are just playing that style where they're trying to slow it up, get plenty of numbers around the pack and work it out there that way.
Absolutely. So McPhee's going to go in the middle of the ground now. The big men fly again. This time it's...
he won it well.
Van Janen got it, did he? Van Janen got it across to Tanais. Tanais got dealt with after he kicked that footy. He's still down behind play here. Just kicks it forward short, and St Mary's going to get another free kick here, and it is going to be Joel. Joel, on his right boot, kicks it just high forward, looking for a teammate and finding Matty Hebbard. A nice mark 3 deep. Well done by him.
Yeah, good hands. He jumped and got it at its highest point too, which is what you need as a forward.
Absolutely. And look, it's certainly a Palais bingo contender, I would have thought. Not
early.
Not a super mark, but it's
only a little Palais bingo contender. Just maybe not quite the jingo, but just a bingo. Maybe that's the way to go.
So Hebbard, once again right behind us. We'll get a good look at this one. Lines up, and that is tight, but he's slotted it. That is all clear. Well done, Matthew Hebbard.
Snuck through by the smallest of margins, I would have thought that one.
So for 40 Winks, Grovedale, 4-1-25, leading St Mary's 2 straight 12. They really needed that one, boys.
They did, St Mary's. He's kicked 11 goals to the year now, Matty Hebbard, and he's certainly their target up there. They don't have that Erskine type, if you like, to just put it on someone's head. They rely on those mid-sizers to kick their goals, but that was a wonderful mark, as you mentioned. Well, marked it at its highest point.
And how big was McPhee there, getting in on ball there? He was the one to start that clearance, and once again he's in there again as a ruckman do battle. Tap going down. No one's taking a real advantage yet. It ended up with McPhee. That's another clearance to him. He's doing well in that moment, having an influence, I must say. Eventually, though, through Chisholm, St Mary's worked the ball inside 50. His kick wasn't a great one. It didn't go far. It only went far as Welsh. He's going to get the free kick for too high. And you'd expect him to have a shot here. He's got it about 50. Oh, he'll have a kick from probably right on the paint, I would have thought. And directly in front here.
Any advantage, you think, boys? Because I reckon probably to the St Mary's or the Bowen River end, I reckon there's maybe a goal to 2. Any agreements there or not? No?
Slight breeze, but I wouldn't have thought it'd play too much into this game. The kick wasn't a bad one. It's just carried the line. Welsh has got his first. He's got St Mary's third, and they're 3 straight 18. Got the kicking boots on at the moment too. Grovedale's 4-1-25. That's thanks to 40 Winks.
Yeah, I think you'll find that's a scoring end. Look, it's not a strong breeze by any means, but I reckon there's a 1 maybe advantage. So you'll see 4 more goals kicked up that end for the day. Is my theory.
Right, well, there you go. That's your outlandish statement. Well,
maybe
put that
it
one
is.
in.
I'm gonna have to reassess mine. Mine's been blown out of the water in this first quarter. I reckon you too, Buzz.
Mine got blown out after 2 minutes, so that's all right, isn't it?
I'm the only one hanging in there.
The ball goes back up. It'll be Henry in the ruck for St Mary's this time. He's a state high jumper. He does have some serious hops on him. Wellington was wrapped up well, and gee, that's a bit harsh. He was pinged. Not sure there was a hold in that.
Buzz just coming to the fore again, and I must say Henry would want to be a state high jumper because he's undersized. I'll tell you that.
He is big time. Kale seen a lot of the pill off halfback so far today. Bond with good dukes. Goes on the left foot, goes inside 50, looking for Hebbard again. The spoil came, and it was a nice one too. That was from Delaney.
Yeah, Tim Delaney, really nice spoil. That's a good comeback from him after Hebbard's last grab.
Hebbard got a good run at the footy too. So made the spoil even better. The ball's about 15 around from St Mary's' goal, right in the forward pocket on this broadcast side. Ball come back in. Just Abbott double palms it down. The quick kick comes out. The pressure valve relieved. Tanais went up, couldn't win it. They'll go back inside 50 against St Mary's, but all the numbers. And here's your man, Walt Deans. Little man, but big heart.
He's been everywhere today, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He started pretty well.
Own defensive half just goes laterally as they just slow things up for now. They keep going to the Simmons Stadium side. They find the ball in half back. They'll go to centre wing. The lead is good and strong.
That's Kelly again, boys.
That's Kelly. He's presented well a couple of times this afternoon already.
Smart player.
He looks to go on his left foot, but
not many options presenting up the ground.
Yeah, reassesses, so just goes long down the line. Kale has to sit, and he gets a fist in there eventually. As St Mary's win the ball, Tanais with quick hands to, nobody in particular made hard work of it for his teammates. They do get it out of there now. So the ball goes back into the middle of the ground. Bodywork was good by Delaney. The ball come back out. St Mary's should win. Oh, look at that. Dean's just burrowed his way through. Handball over the top from Donahue. Sherman will go to McMahon. He'll go out wide. Here's Tenace. Is it just on the paint? He'll chip it. Oh, they've got the city here, St Mary's. The mark's taken. Jeez, he played on.
So well done, Jared Garner, but he took a mark in the goal
I'm not sure about playing on in that situation.
He's played on and he's been well tackled, but just managed to get his boot on ball. But
and if anyone's listening to us at the ground here, just check out the scoreboard whenever there's a goal kick.
Beautiful.
How is the... I don't know what you'd call it there.
I like it. The graphics.
The graphics, they're not bad.
And on that scoreboard that you mentioned, it's only a 1 point ball game now, Jim, thanks to 40 Winks. St Mary's 4-zip, 24 Grovedale, just the one extra behind, 25 we've played. Speaking of 25, it's 25 and a half.
And it's good to see too, we all sort of tipped a bit of a blowout, 30, 40 and 50 as we mentioned earlier, but just sitting at 1 point at the moment. It's a belter of a game to watch, both teams cracking in. Ruckman do battle, not a bad tap there. And Grovedale can try and work it out there. St Mary's had numbers at the bottom though. Umpires found a free kick in the end, going the way
Mackenzie.
of Grovedale. Mackenzie with ball in hand. Going to 50. Erskine flying out the front. Oh, umpire, I would have thought you'd pay that one. The ball at ground level is wrapped up quickly and he'll call for it. Not sure what else you have to do there.
Had a big piece of it, didn't he?
He did, didn't he? Had it the whole way. I reckon he might have just copped the knock when he landed and that's why the ball fell out.
So Erskine's going to do battle in the ruck, in the forward line, against Banjanin. Banjanin wins it. Mackenzie at ground level, though, for Grovedale. Gets it out to his teammate there in Circuit. Circuit can't break free, though. And two St Mary's guys. Oh, the umpires. He's pinged him for holding the ball here.
Jeez, he's hot on that, isn't he?
Pretty tough, I would have thought. It's going to be Dougie Bond who's going to get the free kick. And he just kicks short. Finds his teammate in Banjanin. Banjanin's got a man coming past, but the handball was untidy. It's Kale. Kale makes good work of it and just gets it further afield there. I think that's Welsh who's got it on the outer side. Welsh has gone forward looking for Hebard again, who's become a good target down forward. He's well tackled by his opponent there. McPhee then lends some assistance to him, but the ball then beats all the players and goes out of bounds. About 40 out. Outer side, St Mary's goal.
Looks like they've got their running game going now, St Mary's. It took them a while, but
like
they are moving the footy a lot better, and it's Kale who's starting a lot of those attacks out of the back line.
Absolutely. So it's Abbott who won the tap from behind, but it's well done from St Mary's. They've got the ball forward. Surely that's a mark, and a really good mark to that St Mary's player, but it wasn't paid. Grovedale then rip it out, and it's Luke Ford who clears the footy. Just keep an eye on that, boys. Who was that player who...
Travellini took the mark.
Great attempt, real stiff.
It's Dean's, got it across to Barrett. They go further afield, and it's Erskine who's got front position here. He tracks onto the footy, does well. He's seen a teammate who's all clear, all by himself. Hasn't found him, Ash Caldwell, but Caldwell's got plenty of time to go back, grab it, pick it up, and shoot at the big sticks. Just unfortunately misses the left-hand side.
That work at ground level by Erskine here on the wing. That was brilliant. He had pressure on his left-hand side, being the boundary side. He's managed to get a mid on it, tap it back towards the middle of the ground where he saw the space was and run onto it perfectly and hit up a target. That was sensational.
His work on ground level is probably more impressive than his work in the air for a big guy.
So Kale is going to reset, bring the footy back in. And he does, and he finds his teammate out there in O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue. Back pocket for St Mary's. They're right back in this game. A couple of points behind. Kicks long, just down the line. It is Banjanin who flew from behind, got a couple of good hands on it, and got it down to his teammate. His teammate dangerously just kicks into the centre of the ground, and it is all Grovedale here. It's Barrett runs onto the footy, gives it further afield to Billy Jones. Jones just goes short and finds this man again, Sam Kelly, who is dangerous on half forward.
We should be pulling the man on the mark back a bit there too.
I reckon
Jimmy Cale's taken about 3 steps over it, and he does in the end, the umpire.
I reckon St Mary's probably need to have a look at this matchup. Sam Kelly.
Yep, for sure.
Just been allowed some space here. That's the siren, is it, lads? Or is that netball? Or?
No, it is a siren. Well, it's a distant one, but
it's time to invest in a new siren.
It's one of the worst sirens I've ever heard. So Sam Kelly is going to line up after the siren. Grovedale, of course, leading by 2 points. That is an ugly mung. Has it got the journey?
Don't tell me that's carry. That was touch, wasn't it?
I think we need the decision review system.
He's given that touched after a long deliberation.
I was watching the monitor. Banjanin got it. He got two hands to that.
Yeah, he got a fair mid on it.
I wouldn't have thought you guys were in the best vantage point to call that. But
I wouldn't have thought so either, but Buzz's eyes aren't bad.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And it's well done to St Mary's, who come back in the later half of that quarter. And for GJ Gardner Holmes, the first quarter, on the 40-wing scoreboard, it's Grovedale 4-3-27, St Mary's 4 straight 24. What did you think, boys?
Yeah, well, it was a tale of two halves in that quarter, really. Grovedale started off very well with that fast-paced move.
Was our outlandish statements. Unfortunately for you two, you've gone very early with some first quarter predictions. And
can we have another one?
Yeah. First of all, it was Buzz, and he said Grovedale would kick 1 goal only.
Yeah.
Well, Grovedale, of course, are 4-4-28, which blows that out. But there's somewhere in between. So James went with 8 goals, and he's 4 short. So
I'm closer.
Yeah, well, at
You've
this
won
stage,
that battle.
yes. And of course, the other one for me is Speedy Deans, and look, he's been solid, not outstanding, but certainly amongst Grovedale's better players.
We may as well have a second term one as well.
Yeah, well,
I'll try to think of one.
A bit of a think about that one, but better players for Grovedale in that first quarter. I thought Mackenzie was quite important in the centre of the ground as well. Any other names to spring to mind, boys?
Wellington was pretty impressive.
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
As they go up again, and it's Ben Jannon wins the first tap for the second quarter and gets it down to his teammate there in... Who is that, boys? Daniel Joel. Joel gets it out, flips it out again. The ball's going nowhere there. He tracks his own footy. It's Deans, of course, wraps him up in the tackle. And Circuit as well, and the ball's going to be rebounced. Centre of the ground, it's moved about 5 metres towards Grovedale's goal.
So Van Jannen will do the ruck work. Abbott came over the top. He missed it. As Van Jannen got the tap straight to a teammate who's been wrapped up in a tackle. The tap going straight to Alex Payne. Wrong side. Live
streaming, of course, on here, boys. So Milky will be watching with interest now. So make sure your call's good. It's out again. Circuit bullocking his way through here. He gets the ball out there towards Hernan. Sorry, it's Ford. Ford just getting it further afield. St Mary's gained possession, though. It stacks on the mill. It's really going nowhere. Reached in over the top then is Abbott. Abbott's claimed, though, once again by Jacob Welsh, and the ball is going to be bounced again. Scrappy little start of this second quarter.
Hot start.
Yeah, both sides intense. It's good to see. As it's Ben Jannon, wins that one easily. Gets it down to his teammate there in Davey. Davey, though, jumped upon again, and they're just going to restart. Oh, and he's pinged him for holding the footy. Interesting.
That does seem a bit hot, but he wasn't making an attempt to get rid of it, which you got to do in the modern game.
So it was Cheetahs. Gets it out to Kelly. Kelly a bit of this way, that way over this side, but he's run over the boundary line by Snowden.
He's dropped the footy over the line.
He just forgot.
He actually had a brain feed. He's gone out of your handball, and he couldn't quite remember the steps to doing it.
Ball comes back in. Grovedale win the tap and comfortably, but look at the numbers around this footy. It's going to be hard to get out, but they do now. That was Barrett, but this ball is just ferocious. A bit going on behind play too, as Barrett still tries to extract the footy with no luck. And it'll be balled up again. The ball has not moved too far from the previous
little bit of lip there from Davey too.
Was it?
Like to see.
So
Barrett and Davey, but going at it.
Yeah, the ball goes back up again. Banjanen was just out-muscled in the end by Abbott, but the ball trickled out of play and beat all runners.
Abbott, the look away tap then towards the boundary line, didn't quite come off.
You can just see both teams are pretty intense here, keen to get the first score on the board.
So the ruckman will do battle. Abbott came from over the back. His tap wasn't bad. It means that they can get the clearing kick out of there. There's a few players crashing to the fence. There's a little bit of a blue on. That's all right. Back into play. Centre wing here. The umpires found a free kick going the way of St Mary's there, and taking it will be, there was Bond. They eventually get the ball moving. It was a bit of a grubber kick. It wasn't great. On the other side here was Ford calling for it. Should have gone to him in the end. St Mary's had a chance to run out with it. Now Grovedale back on it now through Barrett. Oh, Ford wasn't great with his hands there. St Mary's now they can attack again through Welsh. His kick wasn't great into the centre of the ground. St Mary's, they have got numbers there. Head over the ball there was Garner. It's tight on the boundary line now. The quick snap will go back towards the top of the square, but Grovedale with numbers back in defence.
It's bad luck for St Mary's. Jacob Welsh was terrific there. He got a great smother in the middle of the ground, then followed it up and pushed the ball further afield again. So Circuit takes a mark for Grovedale. He's 45 out from St Mary's goal. He just chips short. Finds down there Mackenzie. Mackenzie for Grovedale. Hemmed in. Back flank. Just kicks long down the line. Looking for a teammate down there in Razga. Razga can't mark. Just put up the one Duke, but it's gone over the back. Running onto the footy here for Grovedale. They're trying to bundle it forward, but St Mary's has tracked the footy. Kick just hurriedly back into the middle of the ground towards, oh, well done there, Ryan Abbott. Abbott takes a good mark, goes onto Mackenzie quickly. Mackenzie just pumps it in looking for Erskine. Erskine's being held onto a little bit there, but it's Cale who got a great spoil in towards the boundary line, and he just follows up his footy and sees it go all the way. Well played, Jimmy Cale.
Yeah, he read it well. He came off his direct opponent, Wellington, to influence the contest and did well to just get a fist in and help out his defence.
So the ball thrown back into play. It's Erskine up against Ben Jannon. Ball at ground level now. Well, nods his head. And, he's happy I got that one right for a change. So Mary's they can run it out of there now. Ball was with Bond. He's going to get on that left boot at the end. He's going to go long up the wing. He's looking for McPhee. McPhee came from behind. Read it better than anyone else. Took it in the hands. Brings it into the centre of the ground. They can try and run it out here through a jail. Now the kick out wide, hands over the top. They got runners everywhere. The ball's with Garner. He's had a flying shot from 50. He's pushed it across the face, but they're going to take a mark just inside the field of play there. Matty Hebbard running back with a flight, took it on his chest. That's a great mark. And now he's going to have a set shot. He's out towards the boundary, but you give him a chance from there.
Well done, Jared Garner. Nice kick to Hebbard's advantage. Tough little angle. You going to slot this, boys, or not?
Yep,
I'm backing him. Yeah.
Backing him in?
You better go against him because we've gone for him.
Yeah, no, I reckon he will too, actually.
Oh, no. Has he hit it? Yeah.
Well, the umpire's done a lot of work.
The umpire has run across a long way, hasn't he? But it's all clear. And St Mary's have just put their nose in front here for Geelong Harley-Davidson. They lead Grovedale, who Grovedale are 4-4-28, just waiting for the scoreboard to come back up. St Mary's 5 straight 30. Efficient kicking.
Second goal for Matty Hebbard, and the game's definitely changed since he's taken more of a
central role down there.
Yeah, that's probably the word I was looking for, yeah.
Yeah, you noted it at quarter time, they just structure up better by the look of him playing deepest of all the forwards.
It's definitely a better option than having McPhee there. Get McPhee up around the action a bit more. We see now he's dropping back as well, but he's just that little bit further up the ground where he can structure his side up.
So it's Banjannon and Abbott, as they have been for most of the match. It's Banjannon who gets a tap. Gets it down nicely there to Chisholm. Chisholm further afield, but well done there. Danny Stanley intercepted the handball. Got it to Donahue. Off to Wellington. They're moving the footy nicely here. Mackenzie gets involved, runs into his teammate Donahue. Just goes dangerously back in the middle, but it's a beautiful kick to Abbott. Abbott getting involved a fair bit as well. Riley Hall running for him down through the centre of the ground. Kicks inside 50 and finds his teammate, and that's beautiful play from Grovedale. Billy Jones is the recipient, and he's about 45 out on a slight angle, probably a chance to kick this.
Absolutely. It was brave from Donahue to go back into the middle. You called it well, and that's a sort of kick. If you turn that over, it's probably a goal to St Mary's because they have the numbers set up. But the kick was good, and they're able to transfer the ball to the other side of the ground, and their ball movement at the moment going forward is first class.
Kicks a shot on goal. I think it's pretty good. The goal umpire has not moved. And for GJ Gardner-Holmes, that's another snagger. And Grovedale take back the lead, 5-4-34. St Mary's 5 straight 30 on the Geelong Harley-Davidson scoreboard. We've got ourselves an entertaining game here.
That's what we want to see because we were a bit nervous about it early on.
Absolutely.
St Mary's have definitely worked their way into this one well.
10 goals kicked already.
Cale comes from the ground. He's been influential down back.
Yep. No, it's a day for it. It's a day for efficient kicking, and Grovedale are making use of it. At the moment, they rarely miss a target going forward in transition at the moment, and that's the one thing keeping them close or in front as it is now, in front of the scoreboard.
So it's Abbott and Banjannon again. I'll get you to, after the game, we'll get our thoughts on who has the better of who in this matchup, because it's a ripper. It's Abbott, gets high over the top, but it's once again sharked there by Chisholm. Chisholm gets it further afield to his teammate, and they're away. St Mary's half forward. It's Welsh. Welsh, who's had a good game so far, just gets the handball out to Davey. Davey goes back to Nace, who unfortunately has a fumble, and it's Deans who runs onto it. Flips it out to Wellington. Wellington, he's hit the runner.
Oh, no.
Well, no, it's got to be a free kick. Wellington has smashed that ball into the St Mary's runner. The St Mary's runner has kicked it back. Well, he hasn't kicked it back, but he's got it St Mary's way.
Anyway.
Unbelievable scenes. The ball's got Costello's got it from half back anyway for Grovedale, so they've got it back, fortunately.
Runner's been dragged here.
But there was all sorts of appeals going on. I'm not sure what was happening. So Caldwell gets it across to Riley Hall. Riley Hall looking for Erskine, and gee, he looks strong in the air, doesn't he? He jumps early, and he just got that out in the Dukes. He's hemmed in on the boundary about 50 out, but wow, nice hands.
Yeah, he's got that frame that's sort of hard. If you're caught behind him, it's very hard to get a fist in because of his size. So O'Donoghue up against it, and talking up against it, he goes long Erskine. Gee, that's a fair kick.
That's a goal.
I'll tell you what, that is a
ripping finish.
definite contender for an East Fruit Market goal of the day.
Yep.
Jordan Erskine wrapped up on the boundary, pretty much 50 out on the paint. Thank you for coming. That is a goal and a half, boys.
And then he pops through his first, and he looks dangerous, no doubt. I just want to get back to that runner incident. I have never seen a runner get smashed by the footy like that.
It's got to be a ball up, doesn't it?
It has to be something. Because it's gone straight back into the St Mary's guy's hand.
It's gone 15 metres the opposite way for a start.
You would not read about that.
Nah. And the issue is, though, you can't complain that he was in the wrong spot too. He was standing next to his bench, so it's not really...
He's pretty stiff, wasn't he? So, of course, it's Abbott and Van Janen again. It's Van Janen this time, but well done by Stanley. Sharked it nicely and kicked it forward a field. Erskine just caught behind. Donoghue, well done. O'Donoghue got it down. Eddie got it. Just dropped the footy, but O'Donoghue got it onto his boot. Well done by him. And
Robertson with the ball.
Angus Robertson, thank you. Well done, though, by Buck Donoghue. Just back into play there. And a nice gutsy mark. He's looking inboard again. He's not going to be able to, though. He's just going to have to chip very, very short to Speedy Deans, and he does. Finds him. A nice kick. Dean's the same thing. St Mary's just holding him up nicely here. Just goes short again. This is what they're prepared to do, though, Grovedale, and it's Gubbins. Gubbins right in front of the commentary box. Kicks on the right foot, going long, looking for Erskine, who's lurking and takes a very nice grab.
Tell you what, he snips it in his nostrils today, Walt. Yeah, he's feeling it.
I agree. He's just sliced it off his boot, though, unfortunately.
Oh, no. I've just jinxed him.
He sliced that, and that is out of bounds on the full. Not a great kick there, but... Gee, he looks confident in the air today, no doubt.
Every time he's going near the ball, whether it's on the ground or in the air, he's either halving it or winning it.
Yep.
And that's what you want from your big forwards.
One thing I like too from that build-up from Grovedale, it was slow.
Yep.
They chipped it round, they found their targets and moved the ball forward. Completely opposite to what we've seen from them at other points in the game today, which is a good sign to see that they can do both styles. As the kick back into play wasn't a bad one, and Van Janen takes a contested mark, quick hands off.
Is that an airing?
Kick, he's just about missed the footy. It's at ground level. Eventually, St Mary's, they can clear it out of there. It's going to go to a contest at the back there with the fist. That wasn't bad there from Harrison. Ball at ground level now. Tackle's being laid. One centre wing. Dean's got it out there to Donoghue. Threw it on the boot, but only as far as Van Janen. It looks like he might just be winning that battle against Abbott around the ground at the moment.
Mitch Etherton, I haven't seen too many blokes have a fresh air kick like that. Van Janen's played on.
But he's got it for 2 eye.
Yeah, he slipped over the neck. What was he doing? He just lost all bearings there.
He forgot where he was.
So Van Janen just kicks in the middle of the eddy. They regain a little bit of composure here, St Mary's, as they run through the centre of the ground. And it was Fazio who got it forward, looking for McPhee. It's well spoilt. Back onto the footy, though, St Mary's. Well done. Nicely played by Sherman. Just kicks it forward, and McPhee's going to have another fly at it. Comes off hands. Picked up there on the left foot from the St Mary's player. Nicely done. And well done there, St Mary's. Because Kane Tenace says cheers. That's just going to come over the top to me.
He won't kick many goals easier than that, will Kane Tenace.
He won't. And St Mary's just maintain touch here. Well done. This is an entertaining game for sure. So it's Grovedale, 6-4-40. St Mary's 6 straight. Great kicking, 36.
One thing we're loving about too. Plenty of goals at the moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah, got a lucky bounce there, Kane Tenace. Must be said that the ball bounced on its end and ballooned nicely into his arms, but give him credit for being in the right place. And St Mary's respond, which they needed to do. Just 4 points behind now.
Yep. So the ruckman back in the centre of the ground. They'll do battle. Van Janen got up high, couldn't quite get the tap at the bottom of the pack though. The ball's been gathered and we'll have a ball up. Getting in there was Garner. So the umpire takes it back. He'll throw it up on this occasion. Right in the centre of the ground here at St Mary's. The tap back towards the advantage of Grovedale. The ball was grubbed off the ground. It's gone forward. They've got runners. They can get a long kick in forward now. That came from Etherton. He's gone long towards goal. He's given it a ride for about 55 and it's eventually bounced through for just a minor score. Grovedale, they're 5th behind in the afternoon. They moved to 6-5-41. St Mary's 6-1-37. Grovedale setting up a pretty solid looking zone here too.
Yeah, there's got all 18 men involved here.
Yep.
Just got the one sweeper out the back.
Yep.
And you like the sweeper out the back. He's just directing the traffic.
James Cale rebounds the footy out of full back and he's going looking for Snowden. He finds him. Defensive 50, gets the handball.
Oh no.
Fumbled a little bit there though, unfortunately, by Fazio. but they managed to get it further afield, but only as far as the boundary line. It's out of bounds. Just put himself under pressure once he dropped that, didn't he?
Fazio was pushed as he kicked it and obviously forced the ball out of bounds.
So Billy Jones from the restart gets it down nicely there to, first of all, Costello, and Costello just turned around and found his man in Jordan Erskine, who is starting to have some serious influence on this game.
Only got the one, but he could have a big bag on it today, the way this is going.
But that fumble from Fazio, hate to dwell on it, but if it was a tennis match, it would be regarded as an unforced error.
Yep.
And that's just hurt them big time because the ball came straight back into the arms of Erskine from that mistake in the boundary throw-in. And tell you what, he's got a fair run up at this too.
Is anyone taking the points here? Because he has had a couple of shots on goal. He's only got the one, as we say. But
two, thinking, but anyway, makes his way in.
And he's made no mistake there, boys.
The connection's looking a little bit better than it did in that first term. We saw that shot. He had from about 45 out at one point at the opposite end of the ground. He just chipped it up and it faded across the face. He's kicking the ball with a bit more penetration now, and all of a sudden it's going straight.
So Erskine brings up his second goal, and Grovedale 7th of the afternoon. Grovedale 7-4-46, St Mary's 6-1-37. Buzz, have we got a quick around the grounds at all, or you want next break?
Next break in play. Well, I'll be able to do that for you, mate.
No dramas whatsoever. Sounds good.
We're not as up with the technology this week.
Just another thing that Milky's screwed us over with.
Blame it on the Milkster.
Who would have thought he'd be bringing technology to the table?
As we go up again, it's Van Jannen, wins the knock. But it's Deans who sharks it beautifully. Deans, though, Flynn Chisholm just wrapped him up late. And unfortunately for him, it's downfield. It was pretty stiff, I thought. It was a good lunge as Riley Hall just remonstrates a little bit. And it's pretty physical, this match. They play on, though, and Wellington just gets it in towards Erskine. He is manhandled by about 4 players, but it's off hands and probably should have kicked that. He had a little bit of time there. It was Lee Ellis, sorry.
Yep.
Lee Ellis had a bit of time there, just a snap on the left, and
probably should have been better with the finish.
Unfortunately,
just quickly,
missed.
well, for the Gateway Hotel around the grounds, big news at Windsor Park. North Shore have taken the lead. They are 2 points up against Bell Park. They have not scored in 12 minutes of footy. North Shore have kicked the last 4.
You boys said it.
I tipped it.
You said it exactly right. As Cale goes long again, but
he's overstepped the mark.
I don't like when the umpire plays this one, to be honest with you, unless you're a metre out or a
doesn't
foot
really
out.
matter, does it?
It doesn't influence the game at all.
Yeah, but then if they don't have that rule, you can run wherever you want.
No, but he stepped outside the square anyway for the listeners, and it's a bounce, a resulting bounce out of the ruck there. I'm not sure who took that, but Grovedale Grovedale player had a shot on goal, but it was touched through for another behind, and Cale will restart again, no doubt. Yeah, I just think that that's a technical rule.
Yeah, it's a nasty one.
Yeah,
as long as you're roughly in the right area, I think you just play on.
Spot on.
Cale will bring it in. It's a bit of a wobbler in the end. It's still inside his own 50. Off hands. Up high was Abbott, but he was brought to ground and plenty of numbers around the footy. It'll be a ball up about 45 out from home for the Tigers.
St Mary's kick-outs are pretty easy to predict, boys. They're just going to go long to the defensive side every time by the look of it.
Yep, 7-7-49 plays 6-zip to Grovedale on Geelong Harley-Davidson scoreboard. There's plenty of players scrap around this footy. Look at all the numbers around it. They are tenacious in there. Hitting the deck hard was Harrison, but wrapped up.
Tell you what, that would have set up perfectly then if you said tenacious and tenacious was in there.
So I saw the umpire motioning, and it is a free kick. Not sure what that was for in the end.
Snowden who's got it.
It is Snowden with the footy. Still in his own half. He'll go to centre wing to... Oh, it's a good grab. The quick hands from Henry were just too quick.
It was too quick for Davey there.
And Davey was taken by surprise that the ball ended up with him.
Bounced off his chest and landed back in his lap.
And the ball was right in front of the Geelong Harley-Davidson scoreboard. Grovedale still in front as the ball goes up. Abbott was up early and too early in the end. As plenty of numbers around the footy. Just dropping the ball in the end was Mackenzie, I thought, but they'll win it out anyway. They go inside 50, chipping ball and running back with a fight and a good grab. Who's that? That is Razga. He's about 45 out again.
Wellington will be filthy there too. He sprinted through the centre of the ground into space in that forward 50. Kick probably should have gone to him in the end.
Blood rule Erskine just with a bit of claret coming out of the beak by the look of things. So they'll have to wait for him to make his way from the ground before Razga can take the shot.
Fair bit of blood here. Jordan Erskine.
Is it his mouth or his nose?
No, I
it's
think
hard
it's
to
his
tell.
mouth.
One of the schnolls at some point. Or?
Anyway, he's off the ground now, so Razga can make his way. Man on the mark about 45 metres out to kick Grovedale's 8th goal of the afternoon. As we tick over 19 minutes, he gives it a good ride, but it looks like he's pushed it to the outer side, and it's just the one behind.
Some inaccuracy from Grovedale here at the moment, just keeping St Mary's in it. They really could have put a gap between the two of them at the moment, but the inaccuracy obviously done the job as Kale brings the ball back into play. St Mary's, they had the numbers to try and work it out of there, and they can do so through hands. The ball was with Jull. He gave it over the top. They got plenty of runners. The kick was smothered though on centre wing and out of bounds. Right in front of the scoreboard here. The Geelong Harley Davidson scoreboard, I might add too.
Once again, Kale just kicking long to that defensive side. Pretty predictable stuff. Grovedale need to get some numbers across there, of course. So ball's reset into play again. Well done, Banjanin. Got a nice kick to nice knockout to his teammate to advantage, but unfortunately for St Mary's, Wellington is taking the mark in defence. He goes on further afield to Kelly. Kelly, his first grab for the quarter, I would have thought. And down there's been someone who's fallen over the St Mary's defender, and Ryan Abbott, who's just pushed forward, comes out and takes a nice mark. And he is well and truly, he's going to have a shot on goal, I can tell you that, because he's got his back to the play for an awful long time. He says, hey, I've got the footy.
These are the ones you don't want to make a meal of.
No,
when you've turned your back on everyone.
He's 30 metres out directly in front, so you'd think that he'd make no mistake.
Nice slow build-up from him.
Absolutely. Comes in, it's an awful-looking kick. And I think it's hit the post.
No.
Hit the post?
Hit the post,
no.
Oh, my God. That was one of those ones that spins the wrong way.
It didn't deserve a point. That's how bad it was.
I don't think it was even spinning. It just sort of
floated.
So where's Jimmy Cale going to go here, boys? He's actually looking elsewhere. I can't
Going
believe
to the
it.
other side, and I think the players are a bit surprised by it at the moment. They were all sort of pushing the other way. The kick's going to have to be a good one. He's just going to go to a contest, and it's not a great one. Floating across the front there, was Kelly, and he's taking the ball towards the boundary line. Good intercept there, despite the fact he didn't hold the mark, and Grovedale have got the throw in.
Well, they got lucky, St Mary's. They're outnumbered at the fall of that ball. So they're lucky the ball
Kelly probably
went
really
out of
should have
bounds.
marked it, shouldn't he? Then? Yeah.
So the ball comes back in as Zach Smith ended up getting the last palm to it. You would have thought the ball trickles inside 50. Hands were good and they were in and out. Wellington will go back inside his own 50 now. It's a high up and under McPhee's there.
Good mark.
That's a very, very good mark with pressure building behind him. Goes out wide and finds Sherman. He's forced to just hold up, but he in the back. No, not paid. The fist was good, but they still win the ball, St Mary's. McMahon goes inside. Little fumble from Joel, but they still win it. Looking, the left foot ball just said, just ragdolled him.
I wouldn't have thought you could be doing that.
Can't do that. Have they taken the advantage? They do. Grovedale's Wellington is seeing a lot of ball this quarter. Kelly crashes the pack hard. McPhee's first at ground level though. Joel goes wide. It's Tanais. He'll go back in board. Tell you what,
kick.
that is a puzzling kick. He's paid a free kick for in the back.
Oh no.
I'm not sure about that.
Maybe just there.
It was Caldwell who gave away the free kick in the end. Now McPhee at just about true centre-half back who go inside.
Oh, Joel's in the walls at the moment, isn't he?
Made Joel earn it, but he finds it anyway. It was only a little 10-metre kicks. They haven't really gone very far. They continue this slow trend as they just continue to filter out wider. Looks inside, but nothing much on. Goes short, finds Sherman, who's working hard. He's just on the back of the centre square. He'll go back to McPhee, who's held up again. So they're just going slow here. St Mary's have got a number on this outer side if they want it, but they won't go there. And it's Joel who's getting a bit of junk ball at the moment. Finds Kale. He'll go out wide, and they might be out here if they can get it going, but O'Donoghue's forced to retreat. And he's on centre wing. He'll go just down the line, punches it hard, and the fist was good. It came from Delaney and out of play.
They did a lot of work there, St Mary's, for not a lot of result, did they, boys? But they were patient. They refused to kick down the line for a long time, and in the end, eventually...
In the end, they sort of threw it away in the end, didn't they? That build-up, they needed to find a target in the end, but I reckon Grovedale's rolling out zone there was sensational. It just shifted from side to side perfectly as St Mary's kicked it from side to side.
So Zach Smith for Grovedale in the ruck now. Gets it down to his teammate. He's well tackled, though. Speedy Deans is in there. Also, too, Billy Jones. And the umpire says, give it to me. Just a little bit of a lull in this game. It's a 15-point lead to Grovedale. Next goal vital for St Mary's, you would have thought. So the umpire throws it up again. It's Smith versus their number 30 for St Mary's. Henry down the bottom there. Sorry, it's a little bit different on this team sheet. As Costello goes forward and he finds that man Erskine once again, and Erskine marks about 40 metres out from Grovedale's goal.
Yeah, he's getting good delivery, isn't he? It's making O'Donoghue's life a whole lot harder.
Yeah, there was nothing that O'Donoghue could have done about that, was there?
It's every time he's going near it, it's pretty much exactly where Jordan Erskine would want the footy.
He really needs to kick this one, boys, though. His teammates deserve this. They've worked pretty hard.
Seems like he fades the ball from left to right, doesn't it? He sort of leans back on the footy a little bit. You said he's not the most reliable set shot for goal. Well,
no. Hopefully for him, he makes a liar out of me here, though. As he lines up, the ball's straight, and that's straight over the umpire's head. Well done, Jordan Erskine. And that's his third goal of the afternoon. Well done. And Grovedale move across to 9-9-57. Leading St Mary's 6 straight 36 on the Geelong Harley-Davidson scoreboard.
And like you said then, Buzz, you mentioned you reckon he kicks it a bit left or right. The goal umpire there definitely started in the centre of the goals and just drifted out towards that right-hand goal post. Just suggesting what you were saying then. He likes to just caress it through from left to right.
Absolutely, and it's vital St Mary's get on the scoreboard next, you would have thought.
Yeah, they're the next one. They kicked 4 in a row in the first term. They just need a little steadier now to consolidate things.
So Abbott and Henry. Abbott, of course, wins the ruck knockout. Deans gets it, gives it across to his teammate there in Ford. Ford just goes short, but well done, Daniel Jull, who's racked up a heap of stats here of late. He goes further, wide, across, I think it was to Eddie, and Eddie spears Hebbard. Hebbard takes the mark for St Mary's, about 70 out from goal. Out of side, just holds up play here, looking for a teammate. Jull screaming for it, laterally. Not going to him. You've had too much of it lately, son. And he just pumps it forward, looking for McPhee. McPhee floats over the pack. Got hands to it. Couldn't mark. Costello's going to get this, but Cale just rips it out of his hands. Gets it across to his teammate there in Sherman.
Good finish.
And Zach Sherman, a beautiful finish. You called it, Jimmy. And that is all clear at 6 points. And did they need that one? Wow.
Yeah, you could see Hebbard when he had the ball out there just outside 50. McPhee was in the centre of the ground when he took that mark. McPhee sprinted the whole way from the centre of the ground down to that dangerous position. He just about waited until McPhee got into that spot because then he knew McPhee would do the flying for him and bring the ball to the ground or mark it himself. And obviously the resulting goal was Sherman at the bottom of the pack who could kick the goal.
Well, McPhee come from half back too, boys. He's just making his way back there now. So he had his name written over that in the air. He just couldn't drag it down.
Playing as a loose ball looks down there too, McPhee.
Yep, absolutely. As Banjanin hits the footy with some speed in the ruck. Shark down. Stanley got his hands on it. The ball's deep, trapped in there, but Deans just bullocks his way through. Someone got on the back of him. That was Dougie Bond. Just stopped his run there. Kelly gets over the top of his opponent there. Ryan Abbott's in there. They are going in it pretty hard, and the umpire says, give it to me, boys.
McPhee's the loose at St Mary's, and Riley Hall is the opposite spare for Grovedale.
Well picked up, Buzz, as it's taken out of the ruck there. St Mary's have got possession of the footy, just with Tanase. Tanase just gives it across to his teammate there in Fazio. Fazio just hacks it forward at about 50 out for St Mary's. Contested footy, an important one to win. It's Jared Garner just trying to run onto it, but Grovedale good enough. Wellington just kicks back in defence and finds his teammate Ford. Ford going across to that loose man in Riley Hall. Riley Hall's got some run and carry. Goes for looking for Rasga. Rasga probably should have marked it. Wellington does the crumbing though. Gets it out. Nicely done. Barrett runs onto it. Probably fumbled a little bit there as well. Well done, Eddie. Just wraps him up. It's getting pretty willing in there. It is getting very willing in there. Ian Barrett doesn't mind a little bit of a scuffle. And the umpire says, though, give it to me, boys. He's up they go again. It's Abbott trying to get over the top. Well done, Banjanin. He's probably gone out of the game a little bit. Flynn Chisholm, he got that handball forward. He started the game very well, I thought. Ball, though, in a contested situation again. And we'll have ourselves a bounce once again. About 50 out from St Mary's goal.
Ferocious tackling so far as umpire Gary Sweet balls it up. Tap one down, Grovedale win it. And they'll get it. They'll pump it inside 50, but no one really home. Erskine, McPhee had the sit and he dropped it, and Erskine was there to pick up the crumbs and drills it. There's a gift. Thank you.
McPhee's had a nightmare there.
Yeah, look, Adam McPhee, he probably should have marked it, but it wasn't the easiest of marks. But what he did do wrong was he fell over. And once that happened, it allowed Jordan Erskine to go past him. And what I liked from Erskine then, most big forwards would have just kicked the ball pretty much straight away, whereas he had the composure to actually take a bounce, take the man on a little bit.
Backed his pace too.
He did. He backed his pace and he ran it to within 10 metres of goal and couldn't miss. So well done, Jordan Erskine, and that's his 4th.
Yep, and on the Geelong Harley-Davidson scoreboard, they get the immediate response. Grovedale 99-63, plays St Mary's 7-42, almost 30 minutes played.
It's not looking great for St Mary's at the moment as a ruckman. Grovedale, Abbott got the tap, not bad there. McKenzie on his right boot on this occasion, gets it going forward. Razga gives the hands off to Wellington. He's got a target up forward and he's found him well. The ball's going to bounce out of play though eventually. Dropping the mark there was Donahue, probably needs better hands in that.
Yeah, it was a rare mistake there for Donahue.
Yep.
You'd expect him to swallow that 90 times out of 91. Not sure where I come up with those numbers, but...
Yeah, there we go. So the throw-in came back into play. Ball now at ground level in there, and it's just going nowhere at the moment. A stack of numbers around this footy as both teams have really pushed up to the ground. So Abbott he just grabbed it out of the ruck and eventually got the hands away. It wasn't great in there by Stanley, but eventually Grovedale, they got the ball moving forward. They're inside 50 now, and that rolling maul has just shifted 20 metres, and the umpire's just going to ball it up.
I think St Mary's will be more than happy to see this siren ring.
Yep, St Mary's, I think you recognise here there's not a lot of time left. They've got every player out in the park within 60 metres of the Grovedale goal, really trying to lock it up at the moment as Grovedale got the tap, but St Mary's can get the clearing kick through. Fazio only went as far as Alex Gubbins gives it to Wellington. He's had a paddock to run in this second half, but the siren beats his kick going forward. McPhee just takes the mark, won't count as a stat, I don't know. He's just wasting a bit of energy there. But on the Harley-Davidson scoreboard, Grovedale just putting a little bit of a buffer on St Mary's at the moment. They're 99-63, St Mary's 7 straight 42.
Yeah, some entertaining footy, boys. But before we talk about it, I think we'll go to our valued sponsors. So the other side of the break, let's have a break down the first half. So for Kicks Country Footy, FM 89.3.
This is the GFL Game of the Week, thanks to Bellarine Tyres and Blood Toyota on 89.3 Kicks Country Footy.
There's a great feeling about the raw energy you get at a local footy match. Some days you can pull your car up to the ground, sit on the bonnet and cheer from the sidelines. Some days the weather doesn't play ball, so you retreat inside your car, heater on, wipers on. Through